Hello YouTube, it's one more video on my Corolla XRS. This is a 2005 Corolla XRS. I finished what I think is probably the last modification and service I'm going to do to this car earlier today, and I thought I'd throw one more video out. Probably won't do many more after this. I think this is number 7 or 8, can't remember, but we'll find out when I post it. But yeah, I bought this car. I did a ton of research before, and then right after I bought it, it's been about 3-4 weeks. And so I had a good idea, a list of stuff I wanted to do to it to get it where I wanted it. I've had enough cars that, you know, I'm not looking at the catalog, buying everything that people are talking about on Facebook anymore. I kind of know for the most part what I want and, you know, what I will enjoy. So I'm at the end of that. I crossed the last thing off my list and I'm pretty much done. So I thought I would do a final, kind of a final video probably on the car. And as I said, I've had it about a month. Really enjoyed it. I'm just going to drive it now and enjoy it. And I've put about, 700-800 miles on it, and great car. So I'm going to just talk about the final things I've done in terms of a few appearance mods. And then from there, just some final impressions about the car that I thought I'd share after, again, driving it a little bit. So we'll start with the bling mods. Some of these I covered in previous videos, but I just thought I'd hit them all now because I've, just did a few more things. So I did put these headlights on it, and they have LED bulbs. And I have also just put this grille on it, and it's a pretty good fit. It's not perfect, but pretty good. I like it. Causes the car to stand out. I made this emblem. There's also one on the rear that I'll show you in a moment. But I made this out of a VVTI emblem, and I just cut off the T of one of them. I ordered, several. Cut the T off, shaved it into an L, spun it around, and there we go. So I think that looks really good combined with the the headlights and the grille. Again, I just wanted something that was, just a little different from all the other Corollas, because the XRS looks just like all the other Corolla S's out there, save for a few very subtle visual things. So I wanted to just do a couple other things that, again, set it apart, but didn't go crazy with it. So I think with these headlights and the grille and the emblem, it looks kind of cool. Gonna keep the stock wheels. Heading down this side of the car, of course, there is a 20% tint. And then I added this vinyl. I believe I talked about that elsewhere. And it's just kind of copying the Civic VTEC emblem that they have there, or VTEC vinyl rather. And then coming around back, I have this spoiler from Spoiler King. I think this is the 244R. Look on my previous videos, you'll see it. I pretty much put every one of those on every one of my cars now. I just love the subtle little spoiler, and it's just polyurethane. Comes like that. You don't have to paint it. Matches all the other black accents. And then coming around back, I did a few things. Of course, I have the MagnaFlow exhaust. I mentioned that a few videos ago. The license plate bracket, and this is from a 10th gen Corolla I put there because the previous owner had a bike rack that gummed this up pretty bad. It was scratched real bad, so I put that on there, and it kind of looks cool. And then we have the XRS emblem that I painted. I removed the Corolla emblem and painted it and put it over there. And of course painted the, these are plastic dipped actually, the Toyota emblem, and then I made a second VVTLI emblem for the back. So that's completed. There was a Toyota emblem there, I think I mentioned, which I got rid of. So I think it looks really good. Again, just something to set it a little bit apart from all the other Corolla S's. I mean, it's one of the cool things about this car is that it's such a sleeper. It blends in so much with all the other Corollas out there. I think I mentioned this before, but there's one of these for every, I think it's 104 regular Corollas, 9th gen on the road. So this just helps it, again, stand out a little more, which I thought, it's just something that I enjoy since you have a special car. Put some subtle things. Most people still won't notice it, but enthusiasts, say, hey, there's something kind of different there. So yeah, and just summing up my experience with this car, I just thought of 3 things. And I thought I'd share those thoughts real quick and then end this. So the first thing I thought was just Toyota. Like, there's nothing like driving a Toyota. I have not driven a Toyota or owned one in many, many years. So it has been a pleasant experience to get back into this car, to get back into a Toyota. there's just something about a Toyota. And if you watch my channel, most of my cars are Hondas that I've owned and repaired and sold. So this is a departure. It's my third Corolla that I've ever owned, but there's just something about a Toyota. The way things work, there's just a feeling you get in it when you're driving. I can rev it to red line and you just don't worry. And you don't really worry in a Honda, but I don't know, there's just something about a Toyota that feels so solid. There's just zero squeaks and rattles. Everything is simple and it just works. And even though this is just a Corolla, I mean, just little things like, the way this stock feels smoother than my $50,000 Mazda CX-9 Signature. It's just little things like that, just the way it clicks, the indentations of the knob here, just little stuff all around that you're in a Toyota and you just feel like you're going to be fine. I just saw one of these XRSs actually for sale with 301,000 miles, and it was still running. It's for sale somewhere in the nation. I don't remember where, but it's a Toyota. So that's one thought. The second thought I had on this car was just the novelty and the rarity of it is something that's really special to me. It's this is an XRS. Again, there's hardly any. I think they made 6,600 total. There's probably maybe 2,000 on the road still, maybe. I don't know. But it's just neat, in a C. And again, this isn't criticizing the Civic Si, because I've done a ton of comparison to this car versus the Civic Si 6th, 7th, 8th gen. That's kind of when they all came out, about this time, early 2000s. And it's just, I could go to Walmart and I'm going to probably park and there's going to be a couple Civic Si's out there, at any given time. And there's just never going to be any of these. So it's just, again, that's just the novelty, the rarity of it. As I mentioned in a previous video, I drove, the 6th and 8th gen Civic Si, and I was thinking about getting them, and then I drove this and I just liked it a lot more for the reasons I mentioned in that video. So it's just a rarer car. I think it's a more special car. Of course, that's subjective, but there's just something neat about having something that there's just none of. And it's been cool because I've had a whole bunch of folks reach out to me because of these videos and say, hey, that's amazing. Is it for sale? Can I come see it? I've even had a couple guys actually not far away, other YouTubers who I've met with, who just wanted to see the car and hang out and get lunch. And that's been really awesome. So kind of cool. No one's going to notice it at a car show probably, but just the rarity of it. So number one, just the Toyota-ness of it. Number one, the novelty, the rarity. And then the third thing, just to close, that I've really enjoyed about this car, and you can say this about any car from this era, the early 2000s. Again, this is an 05, but there's a simplicity and the analog nature of this car that I have just enjoyed so much. This is why I love my CRX. It's why I love my Honda Insight Generation 1. It's why I love my Fiesta ST. There's something about, you just get in this car and the way it steers, it's drive-by-wire, it's got a manual transmission, it's got these just, it's very simple, very simple. It's got 3 knobs and that's really about it, and a freezing cold air conditioner, 18 years later. And there's something about the analog nature of this car, the way it steers, the way, again, the throttle response, of course, being drive-by-wire. I'm sorry, cable throttle is what I'm trying to say. Getting my words mixed up. But actually being, just analog, where you feel more in touch with the car. I wish this car had roll-up windows, but even though it does have power windows, there's just really not much here. And it's just this car doesn't even have remote lock and unlock, which I would like, but it's just so simple. And there's something special about something just simple. I think that, I think that scarcity really makes you appreciate what really is precious. When you're surrounded by all the power in the world, 1,000 buttons, every feature in the world. I mean, there's not even a sunroof here, which I think is rare on these also. And when you've only got a little, but the little you have is really special, you really appreciate it. And guys, I cannot just get over this engine. It is like driving a motorcycle with a steering wheel. It is so darn fun. And that's my wrap up. This is just, if you can deal with simple and not having tons of power, but just having tons of fun in its place, this is a great. And I'm going to say something that's you know, probably going to get me kicked out of some of the car clubs here as I close, but I went and drove a 2001 AP1 S2000 the other day, just a couple days ago. It was real nice. You know, it wasn't perfect, but it was real nice. You know, had decent miles, in good shape. Everything worked, and got in the car. You know, it's one of those cars I've thought about buying in the past, and this is blasphemy. I know what I'm about to say, but I'm just going to say it. I drove the car, and it compared to this, it just felt like it just wasn't special. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because an S2000 looks super sexy and it's supposed to be amazing, and you get in it and you get VTEC and you rev up to 9,000 and it's awesome, and you're low to the ground and you have the convertible. But when you get in this, like, this just isn't supposed to be as fun as it is. And for me, at my stage in life, you know, having cars that have been way faster than an S2000 will be, probably not as special, but, you know, close. But there's just something fun about revving something to 8,500 RPMs and having the time of your life in a Corolla that just should not be this much fun. So that's no slam on the S2000. I'm just saying, for where I'm at in life, having, you know, owned pretty much every car I've ever wanted, I'm modest, so that's not very impressive. But you know, this satisfies me more than the S2000 did. It just did. And that's just where I am. Again, not a comparison. The S2000 is clearly the better car, but there's just something special about having the underdog, and that's what this car is. And I just can't get enough of this car. It is so much fun. So I'm gonna hop in it and drive home. Those are my kind of final thoughts. Probably be my last video on this car, the 2005 Corolla XRS. There she is. All right, peace to you. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. God bless you.